There's this idea in our fitness culture that workouts are always worthwhile, that nobody ever regretted doing a workout, and if they could just kind of force themselves to get started, they always come out the other side saying, yeah, I totally didn't regret that, it was absolutely worthwhile. Well, I'm calling BS on this idea because looking back on my own training career, I can certainly say there are loads of workouts I fully regret doing. And there are entire training styles and years of training that I look back and I'm like, God, I wish I could go back in time, slap myself upside the head and say, what are you doing? You're wasting your time, you're wasting your energy, and you're totally going to regret doing this because it's not only not getting you what you want, you're actually going backwards in many respects. And this idea of regrettable workouts, I think, is much more prevalent than we're willing to admit. Because working out, if it was always worthwhile and it was always bringing us value, we'd always be motivated to do it and we wouldn't have any sort of pull towards the couch and the TV instead of going to the gym. So in today's video, I'm going to share with you my 2 key strategies to greatly increase the value of every workout you do and decrease the chances of it being something that you're going to regret later. The first strategy is trying to get as clear as possible about what your goals and objectives are in your workouts. This is very important because the vast majority of exercises and training methods out there are not right for you. Hard work and effort is a terrible thing to judge the value of a workout by. Instead, we want to be looking at our workout of, does it actually produce and move the needle closer to your goals? And this is why I wrote my book, Micro Workouts. Even though the title suggests it, the whole idea behind that isn't to save you time and energy, it's to help you get focused on the 3 key fundamental objectives of training, be it calorie burn, muscular conditioning for building size and strength, or skill and proficiency. And when you go into your workout focusing on which one of those 3 objectives you want the most, you stand a much greater chance of having a workout that's effective, while at the same time being able to identify all the other noise and fluff and nonsense that is going to just waste your time and effort. And the second strategy, and this is kind of new for me over the past several years, is using a more flexible approach to your workouts. Because a lot of the workouts that I came to regret were ones that I forced myself to go through, even though I didn't have the time, I didn't have the energy, I didn't have the mental or emotional strength for it. I just wasn't bringing enough to the table, but I still forced myself to run the 5 miles or do the 1,000 push-ups or whatever I was telling myself I had to do for the day. So instead, use whatever you've got. If you've got a lot of energy and time, great. But if you don't, then don't force yourself to do more than your body, mind, and your schedule will allow. Adjust and change your workout around. If those lunges are totally not feeling it in your legs and your knees are not happy with you that day, well, do a different leg exercise like the leg press or goblet squats, or even just skip the legs entirely and put it off for another day. You want to work out according to your circumstances, so that way you're not driving yourself into the ground, exhausting yourself, stressing out your schedule, and doing things that just are not willing to align with your circumstances. And I promise you, my friend, if you can abide by those 2 things of having a clear objective and being flexible in your approach so you can dial in the workout perfectly every single time to what you actually need to do and what you can actually do, your chances of having a more effective workout go right through the roof, and the ability to actually not regret the workout will significantly diminish. More videos here, as well as the 3 fundamental objectives that I talked about earlier, more details there. Let me know if you have further questions down below. Be fit and live free.